The first point to note is that private parking tickets are not fines. Welcome back to The Law Process.
With me, Jane.
And me, Grace. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to our channel so far. We appreciate it.
Yes, we do.
And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like and comment on all our videos.
Yes, and make sure you hit that post notification bell to get regular updates.
In this video, we will be explaining your legal rights on parking tickets.
Yes, in particular, we'll be explaining your legal rights on private parking tickets. Private parking tickets are issued for breaching the rules on private land. For example, a hospital or supermarket car park. They are enforced by private parking companies. For example, Britannia Parking, Euro car parks and National car parks.
Whereas public parking tickets are issued for breaching the rules on public land. So for example, public road or public car park. And these are enforced by the local authorities, Transport for London or the police. The first point to note is that private parking tickets are not fines.
No, they are not. They're invoices issued for breaching the rules on private land.
Yes, private car parks use parking tickets as a way to enforce their terms and conditions under contract law. But don't worry, we're not going to bore you with all that legal jargon. In short, the moment you entered into a car park and parked your car, you've entered into a contract.
Yes, that is if there's visible signs of your parking obligations for you to see. One of the key differentiators between public and private parking tickets are public parking tickets are called penalty charge notices.
Whereas private parking tickets are called parking charge notices, which is confusingly similar.
Pause the video and see if you can spot the difference. At a glance, they look very similar, but one of the things that differs between public and private parking ticket operators are their powers of enforcement.
Yes, a private company cannot clamp or tow your car. If they do so, they could be charged for up to £5,000 for breaking the law. The only exception may be sometimes at airport car parks or railway stations.
There are also differences in private parking companies. There are some private parking companies that are members of a trade association. For example, the British Parking Association or the International Parking Company. However, if a private parking company is not a member of a trade association, then they will not be able to get your contact details through the DVLA and therefore will not be able to send letters to your home or take you to court. If you believe a private parking company has got your details unlawfully, then contact the police or fraud action to report them.
So you may be wondering, since some private company cannot clamp your car or take you to court, do you have to pay? The question that you all want to know the answer to.
And the answer is no. Well, not straight away at least. If you believe a private parking ticket is unfair, then never automatically pay. For example, if you've broken down or there are no clear signs. As disputing a private parking ticket after you've paid is a bit of a tricky one.
However, if you're watching this video and you're thinking, oh, I've already paid, don't worry, you may still be able to claim your money back if you think your ticket was unfair.
Yes, if the private parking company that issued the ticket is a part of a trade association, then you may, emphasis on the may, be able to make an appeal. Check out the terms and conditions on the private parking ticket.
For public parking fines, yes, you do have to pay, unless you win an appeal. However, you should not be given a ticket, nor should you pay 10 minutes after the time shown on your ticket. This is known as the 10 minutes grace period.
To appeal a private parking ticket, you first need to know whether the private parking ticket operator is a member of a trade association or not. We will leave a link in the description box below, which will take you to a list of companies that are members of a trade association.
If the company is a member, then appeal directly to the private parking firm. If they do reject your appeal, then appeal through the trade body process.
Each trade body has its own appeals process, which we will put in the description box below. Make sure to include evidence when appealing. For example, photos of any unclear signs, evidence that your car broke down, even gather any witness statements of anyone around to collaborate what happened.
If you lose the appeal through the trade body process, then the private company will need to take you to court to enforce the notice.
For private parking companies that are not a member of a trade association, then you need to write to them using the template in the description box below to explain that you believe your ticket is unfair and you are not willing to pay. If they refuse your appeal, the only other way of escalating the matter is for them to take you to court. However, bear bear in mind that companies that are not a member of a trade association cannot get your contact details through the DVLA, and therefore it is much harder for them to take you to court. Also, it may be worth reporting the unfair parking ticket directly to the landowner. For example, if Tesco car park were to charge for parking, then you could go to Tesco directly if the parking ticket operator that they've hired were issuing incorrect parking tickets.
Yes, and especially in today's day and age, no company wants to be put on blast for issuing an incorrect parking ticket. We would not advise you to ignore your private parking ticket, because if you do and you get taken to court, then you would actually have to pay additional court fees on top of your private parking fine.
Yes, and a private parking company can also get out a county court judgment against you.
And you don't want that.
However, it is worth noting a private parking company has no power to force you to pay an invoice unless they take you to court. And this may not always be in their favour if the court fees outweigh the private parking ticket fee.
And that brings us to the end of the video.
Yes, we hope we've explained to you the difference between public and private parking tickets and given you an insight into your legal rights.
And have you ever had a parking ticket? What did you do? Did you pay it? Did you challenge it?
And what was the outcome?
Yes, let us know in the comments down below, and we shall see you in our next video.
Bye!